Hey y'all, we're live. Come on in. I'll wait to get more people in here. We are live. As moderator, hey Joy. Hello, Micah. Welcome. Welcome to Take Up Space. Hey, Corey. All right, Joy, I'm bringing you on. Reginald. Joy, you there?
Hello.
Send it to you too. Hey, how
Good.
are
I know. I
you?
was
Look
like,
at
it don't
that.
fit.
Come on. Listen, it was
I
wash
get
day, so I had to do what I had to
it.
do. Hey,
How's
everybody, come
it
on
going? Happy
in.
Sunday.
Yes, happy Sunday to all. Share this out to people. Let them know we're taking up space this Sunday evening. Thanks for sticking with us.
Episode
Episode
3. Look at
3.
us.
Yeah. We're
Oh.
gonna roll. Look at us. Right? I'm excited. Um, We're going to get started at 7:05, y'all. So help us spread the
I feel like we
word,
got a
send this
good
to
word for the
people.
people today too.
I'm gonna
I
take
think
my
I'm really excited because we haven't
nice.
done this. This is our first one for the new year. So we gotta start off fresh.
Right. Yes. Happy New Year's to y'all too. That part. On that part. Um,
The wedding was
how was
fun.
the
We just got
wedding,
back
Joy?
in like 4 hours ago. So I'm a little tired, but we're
Oh,
here. But it was a
yeah.
lot of fun. That was definitely, well, I
Yeah.
can talk about it now instead of being on highlight. But yeah, I love just being around family and, well,
Okay.
friends that have become family and just celebrating
Mhm.
them. So quick trip to Raleigh and back.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Road trip. I love it. I love it. Hey Sora, I hope that's the Alpha Kappa Alpha
Hey,
woman. Yes, I see Penny
Soror.
Marine. Hey. Okay. Like I said, we're gonna get started in 3 minutes. So
Yes.
thanks
How was
for
your
being
day?
with
I haven't
us.
seen you since our lovely
Oh, my day was great. I literally rested again. Got some cleaning done, did my
wash
hair,
day is
church,
important.
the
I feel like
huge.
that needs.
Wash day is so important. I'm at a point now where I'm over my hair though. I think I
Oh,
want to
I was like,
just
you just chopped it.
cut it off. I
Ooh,
know. I
I'm
think
here
I
for a
want
big
to chop
chop.
it some more. I think I want to
I'm
have
here
like a
for a big chop.
shortcut.
I've,
Yeah,
I've been a
with some
little
color.
nervous to do the big chop
Let's
because I
do
always hear like once you do it, it's like your hair grows back like so much healthier. I'm here for it.
it.
I'm gonna rock it.
Yeah, I think I do that. Thank you. I had short hair before, but this time I want to go like really short,
Mm.
like pixie short in color,
Oh,
like a lavender color. We're
I'm
gonna
here for
see.
it. Now I'm gonna
I
ask
know.
you like, okay, when we cutting our hair?
I know. I'm thinking springtime, to bring in the
Yep,
color.
I think that aligns perfectly.
We'll
Hey,
see.
Adrian.
Yeah. Hey y'all, thanks for sticking around. We're gonna get started at 7:05.
Send
So
it
do
out.
us a favor, send it out to your people, hit the little arrow, and
Yes,
have
we
people
wanted. I
join
know our
us.
first one that we did, we had people requesting to join. We want the same for this one. It'll be a great combo, and I feel like everyone's in the same place right now. So we want everybody to come in and take up space, not just Lauren and I. This is a space created for us.
That part. This is our space to take up. So if y'all are able in a place where you can talk and chit chat with us, come on in. Okay? Because I know there's some things that y'all need to own and let loose of as well. So
100%.
let's do it. Let's do it together. Mm-hmm. One more minute. Let us know where y'all are joining us from. I don't know a lot of people that are in the chat, so let us know your name and where you're joining from.
Wherever
In the
you are
DMV,
in the
wherever you may
world.
be. Oh, that wrong bar. Right, wherever you are in the world, let us know. And then we'll get started in one
I'm here for this
minute.
velvet. Like
Hello.
I love a good velvet moment.
Me too,
Yeah.
girl. I love a little velvet and velour. Okay.
All
I love
right.
it. I love it. All right. Let's get started. It's 7:05. Thank y'all for joining us. And welcome to Take Up Space, episode 3. So glad to be back with y'all.
Happy New
Yeah,
Year.
Happy New Year to
Jordan
everybody
year.
too.
This is everybody's winning year.
Oh, everybody joining here. We finna win. Okay, rings on rings. Hmm. But yes, I'm so excited to engage with you all again and take up space. Remember, this is a platform and a space for all of us. So, like Joyce said earlier, if you weren't on, we want y'all to engage with us, not just in the comments, but request to go live with us as well. It's okay, whatever space you may be in. If you just want to talk, what you're owning, what you're letting loose of, what was vibey for you, bringing the new year, any prayer requests, we're open to it all. So, let us know as we get started. And so with that, let's jump into what we're letting loose of.
Letting loose. I
Anything?
feel like it was so much because we haven't chatted. Just in general that has happened over break, and the biggest thing was just having a break, like actually taking time just to do what I want to do. I think I did everything except one thing over break, but I really prioritized rest and family and rejuvenating my energy from Christmas activities. I know everybody was doing like TikTok games. We did the TikTok Christmas games, and then New Year's Eve, just having dinner with my family, bringing it in, us watching church, going to brunch with family on New Year's Day. A New Year's Day brunch is always great. So, yeah, it was just a great time. I really kind of wanted more time, but we have to get back to reality at some point. So rest was my key. I felt peace, just separating and not touching my work laptop and just being able to be present. I guess one of the major things, we ended up giving to 5 families for Christmas. And we delivered everything to the Child Development Center, and we started receiving the notes from the families, and them just being so grateful. We ended up honestly giving probably close to like $2,000 in gifts to kids. So I'm just excited we were able to do that, and everybody that participated and helped. And next year definitely will be bigger. And it was in honor of my grandmother this year, so it was super, super special. But yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, shout out to you and Ken for doing that work. That is
try.
Love work. Amazing.
What about you? What are you letting loose?
Well, so I let loose, I guess the same thing. Like I really, really rest. Like I took advantage of my break and just rested the entire break. Like my thing is to travel during the Christmas break. Right after Christmas Day, I'm gone. Like catch me in Atlanta, I'm with my friends, be outside. But this year I'm like, I had to listen to my body. I was like, I have to rest, and I can't be the one always going to people. Like I always extend the invitation. And so I'm like, I don't feel the need to go this year. Like I'm not really missing anything. I talk to my friends on a regular. Like I'm gonna see them at some point in the year. This is a time where I have to recalibrate and make sure that I'm good with Lauren. So I really just use the time to rest. Christmas Eve is always like, that's my favorite day of the year because of like the sentimental value it has to my family and I. Like growing up, that was the day where all of my cousins and aunties, uncles, like extended family members gather. And my uncle was like small little row house in Baltimore, Emerson Village. Shout out to Evie. And it was amazing. Like we loved it. We just had laughter, fun. So this year we did it at my parents' house, and it was the same vibes, and I enjoyed it. And then New Year's Day, or New Year Day, was also just butterflies. It was a great day. With family. I guess we're starting a new tradition. My cousin invited us over for brunch, her and her husband. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, this is something we need to do more often because New Year's Day has just always been blah. And so this year was a fun little twist to it. So letting loose of the obligation to have to show up for people instead of myself. Like I gotta show up for me. And that's
100% agree with that. If anyone has anything in the chat, what are some things that you are letting loose or you let loose of over the break, that you're excited about, that you were happy about, that maybe you did something that you haven't done in a long time? It could have been just binge watching some shows, reading a book, maybe just cleaning up your house, like getting to projects that you haven't done before. Let us know. Again, this is a conversation not just for Lauren and I. We want to interact with everyone, but I'm proud of you for prioritizing your rest. I know that's something that we've talked about heavily, because I feel like as givers, it is very easy to continuously give, and our battery just runs low. And it seems like we both did what we needed to do this break.
Right. We had to listen to ourselves this
100%.
time. Okay, practice what you
While we
preach.
kind of wait for, I guess, some people to drop some let loose comments in here, I find it funny because you changed it from New Year's Day to New Year Day. We always add extra S to everything, and I don't know,
girl. You know, Black folks.
It's a Black people thing. Like we just literally.
Yeah,
How
like
about
giants.
how about Lido?
Giants.
It's actually Lido pizza.
Lido.
Like people like, oh, we going to Lido's. It's Lido. Like
yeah. That's
Target.
what we do. What else? Targets. I don't say Targets, but I know someone that say Targets. I'm like, nah, that's just a little too far for me. Yes, Target.
We have to elevate Target. Speaking of Target, shout out to Auntie Tab, who has dropped her whole vegan food line.
Listen, we might as well jump into it. Because that's part of my owning. I didn't even know that. That's part of my owning it. Yeah. So if y'all are just joining, we're gonna lay out the framework for y'all. So in the segments we have let loose. This is what you tell us brought you joy, something that you've done differently, a fun something that brings you joy and makes you feel loved, seen, heard, understood, right? Owning is our segment where we are owning something that we must do for ourselves. We're looking forward to, holding ourselves accountable for. This could be in any aspect of life, okay? No matter how small, no matter how big, how hard, how simple, we want to hear it. We're putting it out there because, again, we're taking up space. Then Vibey, that's something that you did fun, something that's like, okay, I'm going to jump into this a little bit more, hobby, interest, something like that you want to share with other people or yourself, keep it, whatever you want to do. And then at the end, we always add a little bit of encouragement to everything because everyone deserves something. So for this segment, we're talking about what we're owning. And I'm glad you brought that up, Joy, because Tabby is such an inspiration. Like, oh my God. She is such an inspiration because she owns her gifts in such a way that like, a lot of people, like, it's just that authenticity, what we talked about in the first episode. But she just started. Like, it didn't anything have to be perfect. Kind of what we're doing with Take Up Space. It don't have to be perfect. You have the best equipment. It's just you need to own your gift, accept your gift, and share your gift. I don't know if you read her book. Lord, is escaping my mind, but it was one of our book club reads for Love Well. Feeding the Soul. It's a great read, but she basically was talking about how she had these visions. She would have dreams about people that she knew in real life, and it would scare her because she was like, I don't know if I should tell these people about the dreams I'm having or not. And so it was one lady who she told, like, I don't know, I've been having dreams about you having blood, like spilling blood out, and I think you need to go get a check. The lady went to go get a check. She found out she has a certain, like, a cancer. I don't forget what stage it was in, but she was like, you literally saved my life, because had I not gone to the doctors, who knows, what may have happened if I didn't get a check. So she was like, from that moment, she understood, like, okay, this gift is not just for me to understand and accept, but it's for other people too. And so, like, I have to live into it. And so for me, what I'm owning is this is my stable year, my stable season, I'm calling it. I have to own my own stability, right? I have to own making sure that I'm being disciplined. I have to own making sure that my finances are in order, right? Like, no, you cannot buy that because you actually need to do this and this and this, and planning for the future. Like, I have to make sure that I am being grounded in my gifts, my creativity, my potential, and not necessarily pushing it off to the side. So, Tabby, when I saw that, and I posted that, I think, like 2 days ago, was like, baby, you are inspiration, because my life right now, if I just get stable and grounded in what I feel God called me to, and like my intention, I already know it's gonna be great. I already know. Like, I'm expecting great things from doing this, from being stable, from listening to my spirit, what I'm in this moment. Like, I'm expecting great results.
I love it.
Yes.
No, I'm here for
the answer.
However, that is, I feel like it gives us a real life example of something in someone everyone really is just seeing how she's blossomed, but if you followed her, we also know doors just don't open overnight. Like it takes time for things to happen. And she's a perfect example. So I think stability is a great thing to own going into this new year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you killed it with that. And I'm just like,
Yeah, girl.
I feel like we're
I'm just trying to be
always,
stable.
yeah, I feel like
And
we're
it's not
always
just
in
for
sync
me.
when it comes to like what we're trying to own. It's just like different avenues sometimes. So for me,
Mm-hmm.
mine is showing up. And I know that being obedient, I've had last year, that was my word of being obedient. This year, we always start within the new year of a year of what we want for it to be for our household and its intention. But for myself, it's showing up. Like I know that I've been placed where I'm supposed to be, but I just have to show up and give everything that I have at that point in time, because I know it can be difficult due
Mm-hmm.
to environment, situations, seasons, different things happening. But I need to be able to give my all, even if it's not 100 and I have that 90% to actually give. It has to be all of me in that moment. And I just finished a book called Faith Driven Entrepreneur. And it really blessed my life
Mm-hmm.
because it was a chapter solely on faithfulness versus willfulness. And a lot of people focus on, this could be applied to just entrepreneur, just in everyday life. We think of faithfulness and we're like, okay, I'm doing that. But sometimes it can really get caught up in willfulness. So I actually have it here, and I'm gonna give an example of one of um
Okay.
the things that they focused on in the chapter, and it really helped me to open perspective, which was the first word. So when we think of perspective from a willfulness standpoint, it's I have to make this happen, versus faithfulness is I will work hard but only God can make it happen. And I feel like it's something that's super easy that we can switch up when there are clearly two different things. And then even when it comes to work, there's no room for anything but this. I'm obsessed and preoccupied. That's willfulness. But faithfulness is, this is important, but not consuming. It isn't my life. It's just a part of my life. And we have to be able to know how to separate it. Emotions. I feel anxious, stressed, and under pressure. Versus faithfulness. I feel calm, confident, and at peace. And then responsibility. I own the outcomes. I have to achieve this, which is willfulness. And then faithfulness, God owns the outcomes, not me. I'm faithful to trust, work hard, wait, and risk, but the outcomes don't belong to me. That one for me was the heavy hitter.
The outcome don't belong to me. We need to settle there
that
real
was
quick. I'm
that
sorry. Go ahead.
was
I
that
didn't
was
mean
the
to cut
one
you
for
off.
me. But the difference between willfulness and faithfulness, seeing that outlined, I was like, I have to show up in full faithfulness, like all the time, and not
Mm-hmm.
just by word, but intention and action. And I feel like I'm going to see a complete difference this time next year and just how I'm moving, because it's not just based off of what my goals are, what my aspirations are, but making sure that it aligns with everything that God has for me. So mine, I say, long story short, all of that
You're
is
fine.
making sure that I show up authentically, but most importantly, having a faith-driven mindset within everything that I'm doing. And to add on to that, it was verse John 13:15. I have set an example for you that you should do as I have done for you. And I've continuously heard that as well,
Mm-hmm.
because God has always been faithful to us. So as you sat up here and said that sustainability is, or stability is yours, and then for me it's making sure that we're showing up for ourselves. God has never failed. We just have to lean on what we already have in our gifts that are there. And I know that we both can accomplish
Mm-hmm.
that. So I just thought when we were going through our owning it section, it would be like, oh, let's add in a little something extra to it, Little
You
something.
know, little like sauce. Yes, no, that is so true. Definitely. I don't. So how I take that is like willingness versus faith.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what am I willing to do to my faithfulness? Because or my faith. Because for me, it's like I like to coin in my faith style. Like I have a very particular faith style. It's not necessarily orthodox. It's not something that you would particularly think of for a young adult woman. It's like I love God. God is everything, but what I've noticed
Mm-hmm.
that I needed to get more grounded in is like word. Like I live for like the living spirit. Like I like to see God in things, right? I like to see God in people and places, in atmospheres that I'm in the environments that I enter. Like I'm looking for God always. And I don't necessarily speak about it, but I'm looking for, like, I'm always, my spirit is always intentional, but my mouth is never, is, I shouldn't say never, but my mouth is rarely ever speaking it as much as I should. I feel like. And so I'm trying to find a way to
Mm-hmm.
be faithful in that manner, because the willingness is there. Like I have the spirit. Like there is no judgment, and like yes, it's there. But the faithfulness to always speak it is not. And so that's what I'm hoping to get more grounded in this year, in my stable year, my root chakra year. Because it's also my red season, my red year is what I'm coining it, to get more grounded, stability, thriving, that kind of stuff. And so the root chakra, if you know anything about the root chakra, is like where your spiritual formation begins. So I'm really trying to stay grounded in that and faithful in it. When God tells me
Absolutely.
to speak, I need to be speaking. Period. I don't need to be like, no, I can't. Not me. Why me? Like, nah, because I still curse here and there. I'm still working on my mouth, you know. Still like to go out and have a good time. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
I got to be willing. Faithfulness and my willingness have to be in sync. And I think that's, like you said, we just got to have.
Yeah. We just,
Yeah. Can
I
everybody
know.
like talk to
What
us?
are
Where
some
y'all
things
at?
that y'all are
Before
owning?
y'all
Is there
just
anything that you want to own for this year, this week, this month? Like, it doesn't even have to be necessarily the same thing continuously. Obviously, you know, we're on here every 2 weeks and we're talking about different things that we're owning. But as the new year starts off, like, what are you trying to focus on? What are some things that you are owning? I feel like it could be a lot of different things. It can change all the time, honestly.
yeah. And I'm also owning, just while some people are thinking and putting things in the chat or requesting to join us, I'm also owning that no one's
Mm.
going to promote my business but me. Like
Ooh,
I
child.
have to put myself out there. Period. And what you said when we were at the Soul Cave the other day, where it's like your social media can be for you and God at the same time. It's like, oh, that really that stuck with me. I was thinking about the conversation that all week. Like, so
Ooh.
what do I need to do? Like, God, what is you saying to me
Yeah.
right now? So I'm still contemplating on that. That's still something I'm journaling about, but I am definitely taking that into
I think
high
another
consideration
thing
right
that
now.
I'm owning on, it could be tied into the showing up, but for me, if you have like been following, like you could tell I've kind of taken a break from what people see that I'm doing when it comes to entrepreneurship. Um, and I am owning getting
Mm-hmm.
back into public with what I'm doing, because I have continuously done it. I have not publicized everything, because
Yeah.
I've been doing the inner work and
Yes.
now it's time for the outer work. So again, reasons why I was like, I need to show up there. And as you just sat up here and said, promoting business, starting a new chapter can be very scary, especially because you know you've done something for so
Mm-hmm.
long. But yeah, like the other part of me owning is publicly showing what God has been doing inner for me, like finally being able to
Yeah.
showcase that. So I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me tell you, my pastor always told me, if it doesn't make you nervous, then are you really doing something, right? Like, is it big enough? If you're not nervous, is it big enough? Is it godly enough? If you're not nervous, like you should always be nervous when you submit to the will of God for your life, because you're submitting to the unknown. Like God knows, but you don't know. All you know is like, all right, I have to do this. Like I have to do this, but it can be scary and nerve wracking at the same time. But it's yours, and only you can do it.
100%.
So
I feel like today's live is for us, low key, right?
listen, right? It's a phone conversation, but it's all right, y'all.
I
Y'all can
really feel
eavesdrop
like
on our conversation. It's
we filling
fine.
each other's cup
But
right now with what we need.
yes, and the thing I'm hearing loud and
Mm,
clear is like community. That's the word that just keeps. bumping into somebody's like community, like build the community.
100%. You know, it's coming up on a year since we've actually met each other. Yeah.
This weekend, right?
Lovely
or like
Founders Day.
Weekend.
It's when we met.
Yes, that's weird. So yes,
I know, it's crazy.
Year.
Well, and my cousin just joined at the exact time. Hey, Bo, that's who I went with for the Founders Day event when we actually.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Absolutely. So that was like their first divine timing right there. But yeah, look what God can do here. And I feel like we both were praying for a community. We were both praying to be around like-mindedness and just like new friendship and really be open to like what God is doing within our lives. And it's super exciting to see where we are, but knowing we still have so much more to come.
Yes. Humble beginnings for so much more. All right, well, let's move on to our Vibey section. Okay, I'm gonna let you finish.
We went to the Salt Cave in Bethesda, and it was amazing. Like, I have gone to a Salt Cave before, but I've been wanting to go to this one. And I was like, let me hit Lauren up because this is perfect. This is right up her alley. Yeah, it was the perfect way to start off the year because I think we went on the second or the third, like, yeah,
the second.
We started off the year nice and zen.
Girl, and zen, and they're like, wait, it's over already. It was so nice. I really thank you for inviting me out. That was a really like nice, relaxing way to start the new year before going back to work. Whew. Yeah. And
how would you explain it to someone who's never been to a Salt Cave before? Like with your first time going in.
Okay. So it's in the spa, but picture like you walk into like a cave and it's just like salt everywhere. Like literally salt on the ground. You're walking on salt pebbles, I would say. Like a salt beach. There's salt in the walls, and then you sit down. You can either sit in the salt. We did not sit in the salt. Unfortunately, we sat on chairs and we had blankets because they said it got cold. It didn't. No, I was cozy, but it didn't get cold. And they like emit something into the air. I'm not necessarily sure what that was.
I honestly don't
do you know what that was?
Like an aroma, like a relaxed aroma or something along those lines.
But yes, something was emitted into the space and we were literally just in there meditating or sleeping. I was in a meditation that led to a good nap, but it was very relaxing. And my body, once I left out, literally I felt like I could not even feel my muscles. Floating. Like it was just like
we were kind of floating on air. It kind of was just like once we walked out, like, okay, what are we supposed to do now? Like where are we going? What's next? But I thoroughly promote a Salt Cave. If you have not gone, you want to try something different just to relax. And I'm typically not someone that can just like, if I'm in a different environment, I have to like look around. But it really does get you in a peaceful mindset where you can just like relax. And for me, I just feel like I was just listening to whatever God was telling me. Like, and with this break being heavy just on rest and resetting, it was just a time for me not to be thinking about 50 million different things that were actually happening. What I have to do next week, was coming up here, was coming up there. And I was just able to feel like, it's weird because like you can kind of feel like I don't know if it's the salt or whatever that is in the air. Like you can kind of feel it on your body or like run through. And as Lauren said, once we walked out, it was very different from how we walked in. And it was just a new way to start the day. And I came home that day and I worked out. Like I remember having so much energy.
Girl, I came home and went to sleep. I took me a nice little nap, okay? That may just be because I'm a nappy person, but no, I took me a nice little nap. It was amazing. I was like, yeah. So we definitely would promote and encourage you all to find salt caves in your area if you're in the DMV. But I think it's the only one in Maryland, right?
I believe there's like a couple more, but like that's the only real salt cave that's in the area.
Yeah, so check that out.
Oh yeah.
Do you mind putting that in the figure out? Um, and hello everybody who's just joining us. Welcome to Take Up Space. We are in the Vibey section. So if y'all did something, so it could be anything from like dance, any new activity, hobby that you're interested in, that you've done. Let us know exactly what it is. Drop it. Don't be gatekeeping. Let us know we can get it. You know how to be a part of it. We would love to. Whatever it is that's been vibing for you, something fun, jovial.
Yeah, it could be
Let us
visiting
know.
new stores. It could be concerts. It could be whatever fun activities that you did over break. That you...
First of all,
No, go
so
ahead.
mad.
What we
I'm
mad
sorry,
about?
cut you off. Go ahead. Because I missed the Burna Boy concert. I wanted to go to his concerts.
I do.
Do you
I
like
feel like that
Burna Boy?
would have been great.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna start thinking like planning ahead for us to do Vibey things so we can be talking about it on this platform.
Concerts
But
are
yeah,
always
because I got the next one.
great. I do like
Do you like
Lizzo.
Lizzo? Okay, well,
Oh,
because she's coming to town in
seems so
May.
far away, but it's not that far away.
No, it's not.
It
Not, girl.
moves.
You know how this time be flying by. All right. So let's close it out with everyone.
You're gonna pass it over to
pass
me.
this over to you, my sister.
I got it. I'll take
yes,
it. I'll take it
go
away.
ahead.
So on this portion, this is where we give encouragement. We want you to leave again the conversation feeling refreshed if you're watching this live or you watching it on the rebroadcast or the repeat, whatever you want to call it. Everyone deserves to start over. That is something that we talked about when we actually were leaving the salt cave. It's super important for you to like realize where you are, but understand that just because you're there doesn't mean that you can't get to the next level of yourself. All you have to do is start at that exact moment. You don't have to wait to the new year. We know Happy New Year, Happy Jordan Year. That's great. But if it is something that you want to change within yourself, don't wait. Just start. The first action is you doing that. And the next thing is it's uncomfortable to make changes. And that's the good thing about it. You don't want to be comfortable. When you are comfortable, that means that you need to elevate yourself. You need to do something different. So embrace the uncomfortability, and you will be so excited that you did go through that journey to start over, to redo, to build habit, whatever it may be, because on the other side of that season is one of your biggest blessings. So don't ever be scared to start over. Like that is what God creates opportunities for us to start over and just be able to be present and evolve into the selves that we're supposed to be. So you have anything to add, Lauren, on that?
I do. I also would say, revisit. Don't be afraid to revisit things as well. So I'm a big vision boarder,
vision boarder,
I would say. So yeah, things that have not yet happened, but that I board maybe in 2019, 2020, 2022. I'm revisiting those and I'm putting them on this year's board as well. And I'm refocusing my energy there. Just because it did not happen does not mean it's not going to happen. It just has not happened yet. So don't be afraid to revisit goals and stuff. It's not too late. It's not too late for things to come to pass. So go back, whatever you wanted to do or have it or set out for yourself to do in years past, revisit those. It's okay to pick it back up. Encourage yourself, let people know who you trust, who can hold you accountable to, walk with you through trying to reach this goal, whether it be financial, spiritual, physical, whatever the aspect of wellness is you're trying to accomplish. Invite people along, because we were not put on this earth to do anything alone, right? Everything is about relationship. And so, as we said earlier, community. Find your village, find your community, and have them hold you accountable. But first, you got to hold yourself accountable. So revisit those goals. It's okay to start over. It's okay to pick up, and just find somebody or a crew that can help you, pray through it with you, and hold you up.
With the gems dropping. Community is at the center of it. And when it comes to, I feel like a lot of us get in seasons sometimes where like I'm listening to what God is telling me and I'm not hearing nothing. Like, I don't understand why this is happening. It is quite possible, as Lauren said, like to revisit your goals, that God has already told you what you need to focus on within that year. And it may just be to think back. If you journal, if you are someone that writes down everything, revisit those notes during that time frame and see what God actually was speaking for you. And that literally could be what you need to focus on, because you haven't crossed that off. You haven't gotten to that level, and you can't get to the next level until you accomplish what God already told you to do in the first place. Because he is a persistent God and will continue to be there for you. But he wants to make sure that, again, you are doing the actions. Like, he will continuously be there and present with us, but it is always about action steps, not just saying it, but having the action to go along with it. Yep.
And it's a partnership too. Like, God is,
Yep.
but you got to move in God as well. Like, it's a partnership. It is what it is, and we got to do our part in it as well. And I also want to encourage you all to celebrate yourself as well. Like, what have you already accomplished? What has God already brought to your life? What has God already given you? What blessings do you have to be grateful for and thankful for? Like, it's okay to go back and be like, oh, I did that. Oh, I did that too. Like, yes, like that gives you the encouragement that you really need, because it's like, if I can do that,
Yep.
then I can do this. And the same God that was with me doing that or through that will be the same God pushing me through this and carrying me through this. So big yourself up, big other people up in your life. If someone else is getting blessed, but you're not yet, just hold on, because your season is coming in due season. Okay, do not get weary in doing well, because in due season you shall reap if you do not
That is the
faint.
whole
Okay,
word.
that's the word. So, okay, make sure you give yourself grace. Make sure you up other people in your circle, because listen, if they win it, then your winning season is right around the corner. So it may not be this month or next month, but let's pray to God that it's by the end of this year, and that we continue to win. I don't know why, but this is in my spirit to share. Like, every January for me has been stressful. Like, to a point where I have to make some type of hard decision. Last January, I had to make a tough decision. This January, I'm having to make two tough decisions, or like, yes, but they're both tied to what I said earlier. It's like my stable year. It's both tied to, like, what outcome are you looking for? Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable for you for a little while, but what is the outcome? The outcome is going to be greater. The outcome is going to be you in stable places. The outcome is going to be you in a peaceful place. Ooh, the outcome is going to be you in your own place. Like, yes, I'm expecting God to do great things with me. Even I'm getting
going.
Joy, I'm getting
going. It's a word for not just you, it's a word for somebody else too.
Like, yes, I'm just like, why is every January? I need to figure it out. Why is every January so stretching for me? I feel like I'm always stretched so thin in January. So I need to figure that out. But anyway, I'm expecting God to do great things based on the moves that I'm making or have to make.
And he will. I feel like, again, that word was not just for you, it's a blessing for other people, because I feel like December and January are 2 months where it's the end of the year and your people are thinking about things that they did not accomplish. And then January is, I need to accomplish all of this so that I can make up for what I didn't do previously. And that's something that I feel like has been implemented within culture of us seeing and celebrating and trying to meet different milestones. But again, as we were just giving the examples earlier, it's all about God's timing and things, and we can't always run on our timeline. It's has to focus on God's timeline and what God is placing for us to do. And December and January, I feel like, is a time to reflect on that, like to celebrate the small wins, from every mountaintop to every mustard seed. You never know what blessing is coming, but it can be small or big. But even if it is small, it's still a blessing. And going through those challenges are what get us to the mountaintops. And it could be a lot of mustard seeds before that mountaintop actually comes. But it will all be worth it, because we'll be able to see the direction of all the mustard seeds leading us to the mountaintop. So.
If y'all don't take nothing else away from this live today, take your space, plant them seeds, water your own potential, make sure you have a village and a community there to support you. Make sure you know where your help is coming from. Make sure you know where to stay grounded, how to stay grounded, what you need to be grounded
I think
in.
I have a challenge,
Ooh,
Lauren.
yeah.
I think I have a challenge.
Okay, what's the challenge?
So I would say the challenge within community is to pray for 3 people within these next, we meet again in 2 weeks. Pray for 3 specific people.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that prayer will be. I don't know if it's someone that you have talked to in a long time or have not talked to in a long time, or someone that you just saw yesterday. But whoever God puts on your spirit to pray for them. And not in a quick, like, I pray they okay. Like, actually actually give a prayer
Right.
where it's some thought behind the person. Because you never know what they may be going through and how much they needed that prayer. And someone could be doing that for you. So again, we got to put out in the world what we would want back. And I feel like that as we sit here and talk about community, that's how community is started, though, because in divine connection, that person will reach out to you, and they will contact you, and it will come out of the blue, and you'll be like, I just prayed for you, or I prayed for you last week, and I was just wondering how you were doing. So it'll all come together. But that's the challenge that I've had on my heart, is to pray for 3 people that is put on your spirit.
Okay. So pray for 3 people. 3 people have come to mind just in that. So challenge accepted. That's for y'all too. Make sure y'all pray for 3 people before we meet again on the 22nd, I believe. And before we wrap up, I just want to make a few announcements. So for the month of February, okay. Hey, Ashley. She said God will meet you where you are in order to take you where He wants you to go. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Hey, Ash. Good to see you, boo. So, announcements. Yes. Love Well Men. Hey, Antonio. If you are not following us, please follow us over there. Love Well Men. MIN is the ending part of that. For the month of February, I'm starting a new club for them. It's called the 633ers, the 633 Club. This is based off of Matthew 6, chapter 6, verse 33. Seek first the kingdom of God, and all His righteousness will be added upon you. Because first we got to see God before we can get all the desires of our heart. And so I am interested, as we've been talking about, in building community with all of you. If that is something that's of interest to you, if you want to have like a group therapy / Bible study vibe, this is where we're going to be. 633 Club is popping off in February. Also has some good goodies coming. New candles, so stay tuned for that. And we're going to be starting our book club back up as well. So if you have any recommendations for, hey Tonio, for books that y'all would like to read in community, let us know. We're always centering around Black voices, Black authors, around wealth of the Black of the Black community. So we only read people that are Black.
Hey, Ashley.
So yeah, any fiction, nonfiction, self-help, whatever. We are just lifting up Black authors in our community. So that's how y'all can join us and stay connected with both Joy and I. Joy, you can tell people what you got going on.
I gotta wait a little bit longer because God has placed it on my heart.
Okay.
To wait just a little bit. It's coming. By the next live, I should be able to mention what I'm doing. But just know, as I said, I've been doing a lot of inner work and preparation for the next season that I'm entering into when it comes to entrepreneurship. But I will say, I could definitely, I am a entrepreneurship teacher at a high school here in Maryland, and we are always looking for entrepreneurs to come and speak. It's a young women's entrepreneurship program. I'm the program coordinator, and I teach the juniors. So I'm always looking for speakers to come in and just teach them real life examples, and for them just to be able to hear from people experiencing it. And most importantly, faith-driven entrepreneurs, there's definitely a focus that I want them to see. So it's not just about the material goals for them, but they're actually seeing how they can continue to be social entrepreneurs and using the gifts that God has given them. So if you are interested, please let me know. Love the kids. That is a huge passion, and that's something that God has put on my heart to be able to give back to them in this way. And I would love to hear from other people that would want to pour into them too.
Yes. So y'all reach out to Joy, follow her, let her know if you're interested, if that meets your expertise or your interests. We're always looking for people to give back and to join us in community. So before we leave, is there anything else you would like to say?
Yes.
Thank y'all for taking a space with
Anything.
us.
Maybe like some affirmations, some like going into this work week.
Yes. Yeah, anything like we said earlier that you're owning, letting loose of, something that you did that was vibey, or something that you want to just share to encourage people. Drop it, drop it, drop it
Now
before
is
we
the
get up out of
time.
here. And yeah, now's the time. And we really just appreciate you all for sticking with us and
Hey,
taking up
Danny.
space. Again, we're gonna keep this is your space as well. It's our space, okay? It's our space to suck it up. Whatever we need to add up into this space, drop into this space. You never know what you've gone through, what it can how it can help someone else. So whatever your story is, whatever you need to
Yeah.
share, own, heal, let go of, love up on, this is the space for y'all to
We
put it
appreciate
in. So
you. Thank you.
yeah. And Corey, I appreciate you.
Right.
And I'm gonna bring you on next time. So you need to be ready, okay? January,
You know,
Corey, he is
all 3
faithful. He be
episodes.
with
We
us.
appreciate it.
You gonna be joining us next week. I mean, the week after. But yeah, I appreciate you all as well. As
Well,
always, be well, love well. Make sure you pray for in your circle, out your circle. Just 3 people, child.
yeah,
I know the 3
that
operating
part.
rule. That part. All right. So thank y'all. Have a great rest of your Sunday evening. Be safe wherever
Enjoy
you
your
are,
week.
and have a
We'll
great
see
week.
you on the 22nd. Yeah.
Yes. Bye.